This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, Jamie Pund is the new superintendent of the Southeast DuBois School Corporation. A Harrison County man drowns at West Boggs Lake. The DuBois County Sheriff's Office has a new canine officer. In sports, Kurt Guxel has highlights of the Jasper baseball win. And on WJTS Informed tonight, we continue our discussion with Tammy Lampert of Swycac with advice on keeping your kids safe from predators. All this and more coming up next on the 18 WJTS News. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. A drowning accident at West Boggs Lake in Daviess County Wednesday afternoon reportedly claimed the life of a Harrison County man. Just after 1:30 p.m. yesterday, the Daviess County Sheriff's Department received a call about a man who had drowned at West Boggs Lake, just off Pine Tree Road. The caller reported to dispatch that the man had already been pulled from the water. Few details on the incident are available at this time, but the Daviess County Sheriff's Department says the victim was a 79-year-old man from Ramsey, Indiana. It's believed the man may have suffered a medical emergency before falling out of a boat. Conservation officers with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources are investigating the incident. The Southeast DuBois County School Board selected the corporation's new leader, and they didn't have to look too far. Wednesday night, members of the Southeast Board selected current Forest Park Junior-Senior High School principal and alumnus, Dr. Jamie Pund, as the district's new superintendent. The 39-year-old Pund is a 1997 graduate of Forest Park and attended Purdue University in West Lafayette before earning her master's degree at Mary Grove College in Detroit. She later received her Ph.D. from Ashland University in Columbus, Ohio. While living in Columbus, Pund worked as a middle school teacher, curriculum director, and principal while pursuing her Ph.D. She returned to the area in 2015 after being named assistant principal at Forest Park, and 1 year later was promoted to principal at the school. Dr. Pund says reaching this level of her career was a long process and a dream come true.
Whenever I think back to whenever I first started teaching, right away I made the decision to go into administration with the ultimate goal of becoming a superintendent. So simply to be in that position is an honor, but I think that even more than that, being in this position at Southeast DuBois is pretty amazing. You know, when you look at the community, it has a strong tradition of excellence. There's great community support here. So to serve as a superintendent in this community it's an outstanding.
Dr. Pund was selected out of a pool of 6 candidates, according to Southeast DuBois School Board President Kent Ubelor. Pund says she's looking forward to working with school administrators and the challenges that lie ahead.
Looking ahead, I think there's a lot of things that that I think about that I would love to do, but one thing is certain, I won't do it in isolation. I think there's a great group of administrators here, fantastic teachers, so wherever we go in the future is going to be done together as a team.
Jamie Pund and her husband Mark have 2 children. She will eventually replace current superintendent Rick Allen, who announced his plans to retire back in July of last year after 36 years with the school district. Pund will take over as Southeast DuBois superintendent on July 1st. Meanwhile, Allen says the search for a new principal at Forest Park will begin immediately. A new canine officer has been selected as part of the DuBois County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Clint Gogol will be taking the new role. Gogol has been employed with the Sheriff's Office for 10 years. He started working as a jail officer for 3 years and has been a deputy for the last 7. Gogol has served the office and the community in many forms, including emergency response team, sniper, field training officer, as well as first responder, and has served as a fireman for the Ireland Fire Department. Last year, they saw the retirement of Canine Judge, and Canine Karma will soon be reaching retirement age. Moving forward in 2019, the Sheriff's Department says they will be reactivating the Sheriff's Office's Canine program. The sheriff's office says with the ever-increasing presence and use of drugs in the community, as well as violence and property crimes, they would like to keep the canine program alive and viable. A new dual-purpose dog will be greatly expanding the sheriff's office capabilities, allowing it to quickly detect controlled substance in places like schools and businesses, as well as vehicles. The new sheriff canine will be used during traffic stops, consent searches, searches related to arrest, as well as searches pursuant to a search warrant. The canine will continue to increase the efficiency of the sheriff's office. A trained canine's acute sense of smell can help it search a location for drugs in a fraction of the time it would take an officer to do so. Furthermore, the canine will also be trained to assist in the tracking of lost persons and the apprehension of fleeing suspects. Due to the county budget constraints, the sheriff's office says they are seeking donations from community members, civic groups, and businesses in order to afford the continuing cost and purchasing of a new canine and equipment. All donations will be put towards the purchase and training of the new canine and to aid the sheriff's office in the fight in illegal drug activity for DuBois County's communities. The sheriff's office says any and all donations will be helpful in their efforts. Contact Deputy Clint Gogol at 812-639-9950, 639-9950, and Detective Jesus Monarez at 812-639-2214, 639-2214. The sheriff's office thanks any and all who continue to support the agency and the community. Officials with the Jasper Street Department say the department will be resuming Saturday yard waste collection beginning this coming Saturday, April 6th. The street department would like to remind all residents that yard waste must be placed in bags or containers and shall not weigh more than 40 pounds. Tree limbs and branches shall be cut into lengths not greater than 4 feet and must be tied into bundles weighing not more than 50 pounds. Also, the Jasper Street Department, the resource recovery site, will reopen on Saturdays beginning this coming Saturday, April 6th. Only yard waste and tree limbs and branches are allowed to be deposited at the recovery site. No trash or construction debris is allowed. The resource recovery site is open to residents within Jasper city limits only. The street department thanks residents for their cooperation in these matters. A total of 6 mump cases have been confirmed at Indiana University since February 21st. IU spokesman Chuck Carney confirmed 3 more students have been diagnosed with mumps last week, bringing the total number to 6 confirmed cases. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, 3 or more cases is considered an outbreak. IU officials say the first 2 students diagnosed were roommates living off campus. The third person also lived off campus. In the 3 new cases, 1 student lives in a fraternity house and the other 2 off campus. 1 was an international student. Officials are investigating to see if the students had contact with the first 3 students. Indiana is now among the top 10 infected states for mumps. Students by state law are required to show proof of vaccine by the end of their first semester, but the CDC says people can still get mumps even with the vaccines. A proposed Indiana hate crimes bill passed the Indiana Senate last week, or this week that is. It now heads to Governor Eric Holcomb for approval. Holcomb says he'll sign it into law. The bill refers to Indiana's bias crimes reporting statute that mentions color, creed, disability, national origin, race, religion, and sexual orientation. It has been criticized by some for failing to include age, sex, or gender identity. Supporters say those groups are covered by the bill's language even if they are not specifically mentioned. Well, stay tuned. Weather and sports are still to come on 18 WJTS News.